Welcome all as we congregate to the greatest toy line in community, ever growing, ever changing. As we collect and adapt these figures to our own imaginations and embrace the fun, there's much to learn, especially if you're new to Mythics. Hello and welcome to another episode of New to Mythics. I'm joined with David Williams. How are you?
Hello, I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good,
Mr.
man.
Schmerb?
Welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. I love this show.
It's been a while and I apologize. So it's nothing personal, but sometimes it's so long where it's like, geez, has it been too long? Should I not ask anymore? Should I?
There's so many cool people in this community though that like
dude,
every episode, I mean, you could have a different episode and never have a repeating guest. It's like we have so many cool people to talk to over the year, but it is cool to catch up because we're friends now.
Yes. That's how I see it. It's like I have so many friends. Like I'm so blessed because I think that, everyone, like, there's the community, which is like the cabal, I guess. But then there's a community where like the people that know each other by name and like give hugs and, hang out like at Legion's Con. Like that to me is like, you know what I mean? Like everyone kind of knows everybody and we're all cool and we hang out and, spend time with each other. And it's like, I was telling somebody that there's like, it doesn't matter how long, like, I probably see you once a year if I'm lucky, but it's like, hey, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter like how long. What's Tom doing? Is he
he's got a bottle cap right now.
Oh, okay.
And he's just, I hope that's not too loud.
No, it's not. I think it's hilarious. That doesn't bother me at all.
It's just a metal bottle cap. And he knows like when he's making a bunch of sounds, like it's deliberate. It's not like, oh, I really want to play with this bottle cap. It's, I got to make a bunch of noise right now.
Gotcha.
Just cuz.
My dog, she is so bad with like, if I give attention to anybody, like she's going after whoever that is. And it's like a playful, like she wants all of that attention.
Yeah. I never complain. Like he's just a cool little dude, and sometimes he's in party mode when I'm not, but just hang out,
That's, they move to the beat of their own drum. They have their own,
they do.
And they proudly do what they want and, fuck it. They don't care.
Yeah.
They're their own, but I love that about cats. Dogs are more like people pleasers.
Yeah.
And cats are like,
Yeah. And it's so funny. I never intended on having a pet whatsoever. Like it was just, it's so random how I ended up with a cat in the first place. And it's funny because I'm not like a cat guy. I'm not like a dog guy. I'm just like,
right.
I like my cat a lot.
Yes. I'm totally, because like people like, can I show you pictures of my dog or my cat? And I'm like, I mean,
yeah,
you can. I mean, they're, I like them, but I love my dog. Like she's my
but the
everything.
Second somebody asked me to see a picture of Tom, I'm like, my whole camera roll is just pictures of
exactly. Yep. Okay, let me scroll past all these action figure pictures and there's my dog, there's my dog, there's my dog.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yep.
I remember I was working in California at a hardware store, and I just got a new puppy, and I was on the register to help out because they got busy. And this little crusty old lady, curmudgeonly old lady was in line, and I was just in a good mood. And I just randomly said, I go, is it weird that I'm thinking about my dog right now? And she goes, yeah, it is. And I'm like, because like I was just thinking about my puppy, and like, you know, she
Yeah.
just makes me happy, and I was just having happy thoughts, and the lady's like, no, that's weird.
I do the same thing. I'm sitting at work, I'll be tattooing, and I'm just like, I wonder what Tom's doing.
Yes.
I wonder if he's sleeping or if he's running around. You know, there's toys and junk all over the place for him to mess with. So, who knows? Sometimes I wake up and he's just like rolling around with like a piece of string on the floor. Like,
Totally
oh,
entertaining himself. Now, have you had to like adjust things, like, because you know we're Mythic fans. We've got
oh,
stuff all over, like,
absolutely. So when I moved in here, it's just a rental, you know, and I have a really cool landlord that
mm-hmm,
lets me kind of do whatever. And when I moved in here, I had like a desk and some bookcases with toys in them. And in 2020, when everything was kind of a disaster, I decided I was gonna like paint and like kind of make this place a little more cozy, because it's just, I mean, it's a little house, white walls,
mm-hmm.
everything was dirty, because it's an inexpensive place. But I got the okay from my landlord to do whatever, and at the same time, I acquired these cats. I had two. It's a long, tragic story,
Mm-hmm.
but you
I'm
know, I just have
sorry.
the one.
Yeah.
But when I started setting up this setup, everything is just out of reach
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, and like all the shelving, it's as low as it can be, where I can still walk underneath
Right.
it, but it's high enough up that it's kind of out of the way. Um, and then not to mention like my cat's pretty rad. Like he knows that this is all my stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I let him do everything. Like he's allowed on all the furniture. He's,
Right.
you know, it's his house too. But because of that, I think that he doesn't mess with my stuff. I do on the lowest
Respect.
shelf. On the lowest shelf that he can almost reach, I have my trolls.
Mm-hmm.
So like he can't really move those anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So they're little guards, but no, I have stuff all over the place, and he's once he sees it, once he kind of gets to know that it lives there,
Yeah.
he doesn't care about it, you know.
Yeah.
I have some of my
Good.
oversized figures like on shelves and stuff like near my TV, and he
Yeah.
doesn't care about them at all.
He's a good roommate.
Oh yeah, he's the best, dude. He's a cool dude.
I love that. I love too, though, that your house, like your room, is like synonymous with you.
Yeah,
And that's like the orange and like the blanket, and then isn't there like a shining, like the rug, but
yeah.
isn't there like pillow?
I have the pillows here
Yes. So it's like,
that
and I
that
guess that's
everybody
because of
recognizes.
Legion's chat. So like
Yeah.
Legion's chat, for people that don't know, it's every Friday night. Colin will post a link, or Joe Martinez, and
Mhm.
you just hop on and hang out. Like it's the funnest, most laid back, cool thing. And go
I
ahead.
look forward to it every Friday. Like I'm just stoked to see my friends.
Yes.
And most of the time lately, I've just been working, like whether it's tattooing or working on Legion stuff. But sometimes I stay kind of quiet. I'll just
Mm-hmm.
draw and listen, and I just love those dudes. Like everybody that shows up, it's cool to see them weekly, um, and it's blossomed into friendships. Like I do
Yes.
have personal conversations with these people that
Mm-hmm.
used to just be someone I saw on Friday night. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Because I
you
mean,
know.
you see them every Friday, and you're hearing what they're got going on, and
Hmm.
everyone's got a unique personality, and they're all different and quirky, and you know, it's just a fun. Sorry, my phone.
Yeah, that's all right.
But I used to be there a lot more, but with me waking up so early in the morning, it's like I think I got caught falling asleep too. I think the last time or the time before, like I
Yeah.
fell asleep and somebody sent me a picture of me asleep. like
The
I'm
cool
like,
thing about Legion's chat is none of it's recorded, so it's like,
right.
you know, the topics can go crazy, and it can get weird, and uh you know, we're a very respectful group, like
Yes.
especially if there's new people that we're not familiar with, you know, we read the room pretty well,
Yes.
like who
Yes.
we're dealing with. But that way, I mean, again, you can goof around, you can fall asleep on camera and no one cares. You know, we're just, and we have controls over that because I think it's a Zoom
Yeah.
meeting or whatever. So like Colin, myself, and Joe are usually the moderators. So if somebody
Mm-hmm.
falls asleep or somebody is digging around and stuff, or just being, outwardly loud, like
Mm-hmm.
with junk, we can just mute them,
Yeah.
or push them off the call or whatever. Again, if they're asleep, but
Right.
typically it's more fun to just let the sleeping person
Right.
sleep.
I know. I was like, how long did I sleep for? I don't know.
Probably not long.
Probably not long, but it's just a fun hangout
Mm-hmm.
for people. I always recommend it. There's that one, and then I really like the customizing studio. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's just a
I
cool hang.
I have. It's the time that it takes place is like I can almost never make it
Mm-hmm.
because it's on Sunday afternoon, right?
Yeah, Sunday afternoon.
And all my painting stuff is at the shop that I work at.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm up, and then there's also the 3 hour time difference.
Right.
If I'm up for it, sometimes I'll go down there just to paint, and then we have a salon in our tattoo shop as
Mm-hmm.
well. Like it's a equally divided building, and sometimes the girls are there, and it's like I could sit there muted and listen to everybody, but if I jump in, it's like hair dryers and
Right.
Gabby girls. Like it's such a cool environment, but it's definitely not the peaceful,
Right.
quiet video chat environment.
Yeah. I get it for sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah. But yeah, Legion's chat. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be up and awake and ready for it. But
yeah, me too. I actually got stoked. I realized it was tomorrow. It's
like, yeah, it's
like
Friday. It's
nice, dude.
almost Friday.
Yep.
So last time I saw you was Legion's Con.
Mm-hmm.
How was this last for you?
Legion's Con was so good this year. I had, every Legion. I've been there since 22 or 20. Is it 22 that was at the La Quinta?
Yes, I believe
So
so. Yeah, because I was at
20.
23.
Yeah,
That was my first one was
yeah.
23. And I
23 was
think that was the
awesome.
first.
24, I got sick, and I was pretty.
Me
I
too.
felt pretty terrible the whole kind of the last leg of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to go to intern, and I felt great for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the actual show is when I started the decline. So by the time I got home, I wanted to be home.
Yes.
I was sick. I had a fever.
Yes.
So 25, I went into missing everything that I
Mm-hmm.
that I missed out on the year prior.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into 25 like guns blazing. Like I'm gonna hang out with everybody. I'm gonna
Do
have a good
everything.
time. I'm gonna,
Right.
I got flu shots before.
I did
Everything.
too. I did too. I'm like a few weeks before, that way I don't get sick or I
Mm-hmm.
get over it if I'm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
And yeah, from the moment I got there until the moment I left, which was exceptional. Like even with all the delays and stuff, I had the best time. And it's a lucrative event for selling stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't even consider that. Like part of me always wants to not get a table because I just want to run around with my friends all day.
I was gonna ask you about that.
But again, it's a lucrative thing, and it's fun. I get to share a table with Steven Wishati,
Mm-hmm.
who I wish I could see that guy in particular more often. Like
That is the weirdest
somehow
mix of you guys.
it is, right? I
that
think it's
guy
because
is
go ahead.
like he's hanging out with Emil, and I'm like I had breakfast, and those two came in, and I was just like hanging out with them, and I'm like, it is the weirdest dichotomy of
Mm-hmm.
personalities, but
He's got to be just one of the kindest people that I've met and dealt with, and
mm-hmm.
has just like a heart of gold. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's just a sweetheart. And I think his persona on My Wife Is Going to
Yes.
Kill Me has really, given people an idea of what to assume.
Yes, that's what I thought. I was like, man, this guy's kind of chauvinistic, kind of a jerk or
Dude.
something.
Oh
But
man.
like, I think he's funny. But then when I was hanging out with him for breakfast, he was like the nicest.
Yeah,
There was
he's
still
the
little
best.
shades of chauvinistic, but I think it was just to be funny. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's definitely a bit.
Or just to shock a meal. But it was
Mhm.
it was a nice. I'm like, this guy is awesome, man. I
Yeah,
never
he's a
really hung out
sweetheart.
with him before, but
And then this year it was me and Steven, then we were next to the Mythic customs table. So Jeremy would swing by a lot. And we were like diagonal from Carver Customs, and like Dang Studios was right next to them. It was a really cool little block.
That's a great little avenue right there for sure.
Yeah, we just hung out with our buds. And then I had Patrick Boyle and the Wolf King table next to me. And then Emil was behind us.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Tanya.
It's kind of the coolest spot. Yeah. Yeah, and Curtis was on the other side.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. Yeah. And then after the show, it was like immediate hangout until everybody finally went to sleep, and then get no sleep and go straight back to the show.
It's hard. Yeah. It's like you're just so wired, and like at ZoloCon this last weekend, I was just I couldn't go to sleep because my mind was just recounting all the fun, conversations and people that I saw and hung out with, you know what I mean? And that same thing with Legions Con, like it's like such a you're waiting all year for this, and it finally comes, and like I don't want to waste time sleeping. Is somebody up? Is there somebody? Is Brett out on the floor already at 3 a.m.? Let's go. Like I don't want to waste time sleeping. I want to go out and.
I still have like the feeling of like elementary school or school in general. When my alarm goes off in the morning, I think like I just want to go back to bed. Like I don't consider what's going on outside of my room, but I'm like, I'm not ready for this. I don't want to get up.
I'm not prepared.
But you make yourself get up, take a shower, and then you're like, there's all my best friends. Yeah. So it's cool. But yeah, 25 to answer your question was fantastic. It was I got to see some people in person that I had never met before in person, and just spend some quality time with them.
That's what it's all about.
For sure.
I got a table this last year that Jeremy had posted, hey, tables in the hallway if anyone's interested. And I'm like, it'd be a cool hangout. I could sell some things, offset the mighty costs that I might rack up, but a hangout, friends can hang out and leave their stuff here or whatever. And it was my thought. And so I did it, and I just feel like it kind of chained me there a little bit, like I enjoyed the connecting with people as they walked by, but I felt like I wanted to walk with them. I wanted to, but I had to go back and and I had some bros there that sold stuff with me, and we had a good time. But I think, so do you ever feel like, maybe
like locked to the table? Sort of, because there are lulls in the day, and some days it's real busy, and then it kind of dies. But again, me and Steven have this dynamic where it's like, if he wants to go take a nap, I'll watch the table, and it's the same for me. If I need to walk around or go do something or wait in line at the Horseman table, like he doesn't mind watching the table. We know our prices. We know, like, we're a well-oiled machine. Like that table is perfect.
You got it all figured out.
Yeah. And then I also like, I have to consider that if I didn't have a table, all I would be doing is just spending more money. So
that is true.
It's kind of a good thing that I don't get to walk around so much, because there's every time I went into the Horseman room, I'm like, I have all those figures, but like, should I buy another Barbarian, or should I buy another? Too. Yeah, and I got figures hanging up on the wall in packages that I'm like, I didn't need them for parts. I just bought them because I had to. I was like,
yeah, it's hard to walk by without opening your wallet and stuff. I did that at ZoloCon. Like they had Koi, and they had some Silver Knights, and they had the new retail versions of the Revenant and the Nymph and stuff. And I'm like, do I need this stuff? No, but I still grabbed a few Knights. I mean, $35. You can't. And I love interacting. George is there, and Diego's there, and my boys, Cookie. I gotta, I don't know. I just feel like I'm supporting and getting good shit. So I don't mind. It's worth spending the money and seeing everybody and knowing, like, I want them to know that, hey, I love you guys, and I'm
Yeah.
here to support this toy line, and
Hmm.
it's the
And
best. It's the best.
I think when we show up, they understand that we're there for them,
Mhm.
like
Absolutely.
as much as those toy shows and events are really cool, the majority of us just want to see everybody, like
Yes.
see the studio and or
Yeah.
the people from the studio, because it's like we know them from their shows and their
Yes. Yes.
interviews and the interactions that we've had in person, and it's like just kind of a little hello is good enough. Sometimes you're just like,
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the connecting and seeing everybody in person every year. It's just my
mm-hmm.
favorite things. I mean, we could probably get everything online. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
absolutely, yeah.
Eventually, we might
Mm-hmm.
have to wait a little bit for koi or whatever, but I mean,
Sure.
we could buy all that shit. But
Mm-hmm.
it's the connecting, and it's the seeing everybody. Like, I love seeing everybody in the front, like in
Yeah.
front of the. That's like, that's just like a hang where people just kind of go, and it's almost always the same people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like you and Frank and
Mm-hmm.
Nick, and it's
Yep.
like the same guys just kind of hanging out in the front, and I love that. Ryan
Mm-hmm.
and Amber and
Yeah,
Thomas is out there, and
there's never a shortage of company. Like you
mm,
never go downstairs and end up alone.
right, yeah. Where's everybody? What? I don't know. I
And
don't know.
and even if your close buds aren't there, there's someone you either recognize or somebody that would be more than
Mhm.
happy to have a conversation about toys.
Absolutely. That's what we all have in common, is that
Mm-hmm.
that love for this toy line and other lines. But I
Sure.
mean, this is the reason why we fly out and or drive out and and see
Yeah.
everybody, and
Spend an entire day traveling, sometimes
literally,
more.
yeah, literally,
But
yeah. I'm excited. So Heinrich wanted me to ask you about. So on the table you have your shirt, right? You have
mm-hmm.
a shirt every year, and
Yep.
then you have different head sculpts. Is it the same head sculpt? Is it painted differently?
So on my table, typically it's just painted heads and a t-shirt, and sometimes it's prints or whatever. Um, this coming year, I don't have any plans yet. Like I
He
haven't
wanted me to
drawn
ask you.
anything.
He wanted me to
I haven't.
ask you.
I do have more of the head that's myself, and that was a total accident. Like
I didn't get one. I need one this year.
I'll
I
paint
gotta.
you one. I
Okay.
have I so I got it scanned. It took 2 years to get it in hand, and then I finally got it, and I painted. I got three, um, like for myself,
Hmm.
and so I painted them, and I had, or no, I had Brian Lynn, Carver Customs. He
Hmm.
printed them up for me, and he printed them on a plate with other stuff, so it wasn't like I didn't need a bunch of them or anything. And and then I posted it, and everybody loved it.
I remember that. Yeah.
And so Brian had printed me up a ton of them. So I was like, I painted a few, and I brought them to like the Mythic meetup. And then Curtis got a hold of one, and he kept putting it on that headhunter figure, or
Hmm.
headhunter, the skeleton
Hmm.
one.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, it looks like Johnny from Karate Kid."
Karate Kid. Yeah.
So then it became this character that everybody just wanted to have, this like weird corpse paint David
Hmm.
head. And at the Mythic meetup, it was funny because one guy was like, I was like, "Oh, what you looking at stuff?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm either deciding to get this like war paint barbarian or like the regular paint, because there were some of them I didn't put the
Hmm.
corpse paint on." He was like, "I just don't know which body I put it on." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Do you realize that's me, right?" And he was like, "Oh, I didn't even notice that." And he like looked up,
He's like, wait a
and
minute,
so
let me see
he just
here.
thought it was
Oh
cool
yeah.
because it's a bald guy with a beard.
Right.
Um, so it does well for that reason too. It's
Hmm.
just like a guy.
Right.
And then the war paint to your average audience is kind of interesting, whereas it's, to me, it's corpse paint. It's like a black metal thing.
Yes.
And so it's just kind of a funny thing that everybody ended up picking up. And even Jeremy sat down next to me at Legion's Con, and he goes, "This is the funniest thing." He was like, "If Steven had heads made of himself and painted them, I would see that as like, oh, that's just Steven selling you know, being narcissistic. And he was
Right.
like, it's just so crazy that you, of all people, have all of these heads of yourself. And I was like, I told him the same thing. It was kind of an accident. It's a really easy paint job for me. So I've
But
painted
people
so
love
many at
them.
this point.
People
Yeah, and
love
people
them.
are just throwing them on every body that has like a darker look to it.
Yeah, I
So
love it. I think they're super rad.
I
Super rad.
appreciate the hell out of it, man. I think it's so cool that people want to put that on a figure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Does it ever get surreal though? It's like people have T-shirts of my art or head
I
sculpts of me. Does it ever get like this is so weird? I mean, not bad, but just weird.
it's it's surreal to me because it's all I've ever wanted to do was draw
Mm-hmm.
pictures, and have, I not even to have people, you know, own it or wear it or anything. I love drawing pictures, and I love that it's something I can do for as a living.
Mm-hmm.
But tattooing is one thing that I never think of it that way. Like when people come to get tattooed, I really appreciate the work, and I love my clientele, but I give them what they want, and I do my best at that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to this type of stuff, it's like something that to do anything with the horsemen for me is particularly special because I've been following them for 20 years.
Right.
I was number one, spawn collector.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Wizard or Toy Fair started, kind of like they would like interview the horsemen,
Mm-hmm.
and they were a
I
company.
remember
They were
that.
like, this
Yeah.
is the four horsemen. I knew who they were, so it was like this many years later to just interact with them, let alone create things for them, is like that's it, man. I'm like it's all I ever wanted was to
That they
be
know your name, that they, you know what I mean? I
exactly.
mean, we're not even at the part where you work with them and for them and all that, but just that
Mm-hmm.
like they know David Williams, like, hey, or like, CB saw me at the elevator and I got a hug and he was wearing my
Yeah,
shirt. And I'm like,
yeah.
that's like, you know, I'm
Well,
like,
I mean,
oh, you're killing me, CB, but it's just wonderful that
mm-hmm.
they're people persons. They're
Yeah,
people,
yeah. Well, I still screenshot every time one of you guys are wearing my shirt
Mhm.
on a different show or
I
any.
do
I
that
still
too.
screenshot it, and I just save them. I just
I
think
do
it's
that
so
too.
cool to see people wearing my stuff.
It means something, right? It's
Yeah.
like of all the shirts you could wear, that you're
Hmm.
wearing a shirt that, is me or
Yeah, that
represents
I
me or something.
created
It's
for, yeah,
yeah.
for this. But yeah, I mean, it's still surreal, and it's never not gonna be, because I think so highly of them
Yes.
as a creative studio. Like
Hmm.
I think that if I never did anything else with Legions ever again, one, I could say that I have done something really special, and two, I would, I still love these toys. Like
Yes.
I still think they're like the coolest things
I'm in
ever.
love
I
with
still
them.
pick them
Yeah.
up all the time and switch out parts and try and make a new guy all the time. And
Right.
it's just they're just cool. If I was not associated in any way, I would still be collecting this line primarily. It's
Yeah.
just it's stuff I like, just
Yeah.
fantasy and knights and skeletons and
I
things I
agree.
think are cool.
There's just a feeling, like when you get that box in the mail or something, or you are able to go to a con and the table's there and you just
Hmm.
look and just that excitement and
Oh
then
yeah.
opening one, it's just, I feel like I'm a kid again. And I
Hmm.
just have this kind of just giddy elation, opening,
Absolutely.
or, getting rising suns. It's like, oh my God, this is
Oh man.
so
Not to
good.
mention that wave, like as I opened them like one by one, and I think there's not a weak figure in the whole wave.
No, they're
And it's like
all, but
not
I
only
mean,
is
sorry.
oh, I was gonna say not only is there not a weak figure, but like every figure is like exceptional. Like
Yes.
every new detail or every new piece we got. There's, I don't know if you've opened Scapular yet, but he's got
No, I'm looking at him right here. I have not opened him yet.
his shoulder strap is engineered differently to like house
Mm-hmm.
like his shoulder pauldron and then the back piece, so it's like sculpted around it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a metal rectangle that goes around the back port,
Mm-hmm.
and then like a silver ring that goes around the shoulder port, so it looks like it's a functioning piece on top of working with the figure itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like just that little, it was totally unnecessary to engineer it like that, because it's, you could have just given him a regular belt in the back and
Mm-hmm.
put all the fixtures on him. But I don't know, man. It was just, I think this is all just as we go, it's just more and more planned and well thought out, that it's
I
like
agree.
once, once you give Eric the green light, he can sculpt anything,
Right.
you know? And it's just, it's so cool in this wave that everything is so unique and new. Like Umbra, the unicorn, all its
Mm-hmm.
new pieces, it's like that hair piece is so bizarre, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like you can see all the hair pulled in to all
Yeah.
those spikes, like as
Yeah.
if those are decorative spikes that are like installed
Yeah.
on a real horse. It's just so bizarre, man. It's so good. But I just can't wait to see what's next. Like all
Yeah.
these new waves that they've shown. It's like, there's going to be some of those pieces in there that you're like, it's just, it's genius. It's the
Genius. I
execution. You know.
totally agree. And I think Eric gets off on detail. I think now that he's really able,
Mm-hmm.
because like the first few waves, they were great. I
Mm-hmm.
still love my version 1 scapular. It's one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite figures. But like if you put them together, like you can just see the evolution,
Mm-hmm.
like how far they've come. I mean, I
Yeah.
look at Necronominus, like the figure all the time, his headpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how the hell did they make that? Like, it's just so
Yeah.
detailed and amazing.
It's like he pushes it every wave. He pushes it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
further, and the factory pulls it off. and
Yes.
and why not make the most
Yes.
hyper detailed random character?
Mm-hmm. And
Because
he
it's
likes
like,
that stuff. I think he likes
yeah,
that.
and it's like it just puts him over the top. It's like I collect a lot of different toy lines, but I just don't see that kind of care and effort put into
Mm-hmm.
all the sculpts the way that they do,
Yeah,
or the way he does.
I
um,
agree.
and
It's
it's
like a
definitely, you can
personal
tell,
touch.
yeah, it's a passion thing,
Yeah.
for sure. Like
Yeah,
he truly
definitely.
cares about what everything looks like.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I had asked him not that long ago about like the waves, because I was just like, it just seems like every wave you outdo yourself. Like every G-Con, it
Mm-hmm.
just seems like even more insane and
Mm-hmm.
detailed and crazy and out there. And I'm like, do you compete with yourself every year? Do you have that pressure? And he's like, yeah, I do. And I
Yeah.
have that pressure. And I'm like, that's insane. I mean, we always are happy with whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they put out, but I can't imagine having to try to top yourself but I don't know if his brain works like that. I don't know,
I
you
don't
know.
think he I don't think he worries about the past nearly as much
Right.
as he just moves forward. But then you take something like Ashes of Agbendor, which is primarily just a repaint wave,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when like the creativity shines from like the studio, the
Yes.
painters and
What can we
Jeremy and
do?
the writers and everything. It's like Ashes was primarily a repaint wave, and every figure on is a banger. Like
I
they're all great,
agree. I
you
totally
know.
agree. 1,000%. I love that wave. I don't know why there
Me
was
too. I
any
can't
kind
wait.
of,
I can't wait for that.
yeah, yeah. As a two is like my
Yeah,
second grail.
that's your girl, right?
That's my girl. I cannot
That's cool.
wait for that. But no, I'm just stoked. And it's amazing that you're right though about that. Like they're so good at changing the parts and making them look different or fresh, or painting them in a way where it's like, wait, where did that come from? Like here's an example, that new it's a new the two female cosmic heads, one with the green hair, one with the red hair, that was part
Yeah.
of, that should have been part of the legendary warrior. And I asked a friend in a group chat, I'm like, where have I seen this head sculpt before? They're like, that's Neve's hair. That
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even like, it was like brand new to me. I was like, I didn't even recognize that. But I love
Yeah.
that
Just
they can.
yeah, they can. I mean, they can reuse all this stuff, and they reuse it so well. And I think that I my biggest problem with like the collecting community is because it it's pointed out so often what is a repainted thing, like the Nieve thing, where you're like, oh,
Mhm.
this is just a Nieve head, and everyone's like, oh, there they go, repainting again. I'm like, I don't know if you collect other toys, but 90% of every figure is just it's
Right.
just re-injected
Rehash
into a different color,
over.
and it's so common. But I think how elaborate all these characters come out, that you're picking and choosing which part is a repaint, and then people see it as like a repaint line, and it's like every toy line is a repaint line, like that's
Absolutely.
every I
Yeah.
mean, you can pull apart a
Even there's
classified bin and just find all the same
exactly
parts.
right.
But it's
Yeah.
just application, and it's just I don't know. I think that the collecting community is a rough group sometimes when they're just trying
They
to
could
find
be, yeah,
things to complain
hypercritical.
about,
I agree. And every once in a while I will give in and start arguing with the
Oh, me
people that
too.
are negative.
Me too.
And I'm like, why did I do that? Cuz I
Mm-hmm.
there was one guy I was arguing for like 2 days, just back and forth
Yeah.
about, and one of the things that really is, people will, and I hate to go into this, but they'll be like, oh, you guys are white knights, or you guys are, in a cult, or you're defending this figure and this toy line or whatever. And it's like, I'm actually defending the people that are my friends, that
Yeah.
work, that put everything into this toy line. You guys complain about an arm that is, backwards or missing, or a claw that broke off of your
Yeah.
bear. It's like, do you know how many people work at this studio? This is not
Yeah.
Hasbro. It's like 25 people or something that are
Mm-hmm.
making these toys that go worldwide. Give
Yeah.
these guys some grace. Like, they are creating these amazing creations for us, beautiful artistry, painting
Mm-hmm.
these, everything is hand painted.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. It's like, this is not Hasbro crap. Like, if you're complaining about this, go buy a Legends figure or a Black Series or something.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
Yeah. It's completely unnecessary to just pick on anything, but because of that, I find myself finding faults in other lines
I do
to
that
compare
too.
it to, and it's like it's super silly. But like I said a little bit ago, like if I wasn't associated, I would still collect this line
Yes.
just as passionately. And anybody who had something to say, I'd be like, dude, this is what I like. Like
Yeah.
this is what I like, the way they look. I like everything about them.
Yeah. I
So it's
agree.
like I would have defended them anyway.
Yeah. But even knowing them just makes it even
Oh, it makes it
more.
even cooler. Yeah.
Yes, makes it even cooler that, the
Yeah.
people that are involved from top to bottom, they're all
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And I thank them every time I see them. I'm like, you guys are rad. Just
Yeah.
keep making amazing shit, because
Yeah.
everything you guys make is boss. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you about your interaction with the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you could talk about, but I know you're working, like, they give you projects to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're working on the lore book.
Yeah. Currently, that's the only thing on my plate right now.
Okay.
And that's um, it's it's been really cool. I'm kind of my own worst enemy when it comes to that, because I think about the perception of a lot of the stuff I'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to compare myself to everybody, but I do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll start something and get pretty far onto it and be like, oh man, someone's gonna think this is stupid or not get it or whatever. Um, but and it's also real intimidating because I still feel kind of like that imposter syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like I look at the quality of this stuff and the aesthetic of this stuff, and it's like to be challenged to draw it is like the bar is so high.
Right.
Like this stuff, it's all functioning, like the way that he sculpts it, it's all functioning armor for the most part
Yes. Right.
and everything. So it's like as I'm drawing it, I'm trying to make these characters, some of the dynamic, some of the poses and stuff that I'm like, I I'm overthinking it,
Yes. I was about
like,
to say that.
and we'll
You
have
you,
to.
you get in your head.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I it's also because of that, I'm really taking my time on a lot of it, and going back and revising stuff. I'll finish something and then I won't submit it for a few days because I'll go back and I'll change something, or I just want to look at it a few more times before I
Mm-hmm.
give it up. Um, but I only have a handful of things left to draw. I have a few in the works, but again, I walk away from them a lot to you know envision what to do next.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, I have a full-time job as well that it's
Right.
it's even harder because it's like it's different every time. Somebody's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, can you draw me this really bizarre thing?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah, I guess I'll put it together." But but it's been fun. I'm really happy with a lot of the artwork, and I'm so excited to get to talk about it.
I know. I think we're all excited too. Like I didn't realize I was talking to Nate Barch and I didn't realize that there was a bunch of different people's like different artists that were
Hmm.
involved with it. I didn't
Hmm.
realize that. So I'm excited to see, what it all entails.
Yeah,
Like
it's
how specific, like does like Jeremy and Eric, do they're like, okay, I want to see, like for Nate, he was giving me example, like they're like, okay, we need like a forest or something. He's like,
yeah.
okay, I'll make a forest. So is that kind of like the basic for you?
There
They're like, we want this goblin or something. We want
there's a
this
couple of
whatever.
there's a couple of vague descriptions.
Hmm.
Um, Actually, I'm trying. I can't. I won't say anything. But so they're they're pretty specific, like
Okay.
what character I'm drawing or what situation I'm drawing, and I've been very black and white with it. Like I'm just like, here's your guy, here's this guy doing this thing that you told me to do.
Hmm.
And then just recently, one of the most recent pages I did, the story itself, like I kind of just skimmed through it because I wanted to get to work on it because I had a thought and I was like
Right.
just seeing if it would work. And I went completely my own. I did my completely 100% my own thing. Like I I even kind of changed the way a main character wore something.
Yeah.
And it was just like close my eyes and hit send, and I was like, all right, let's see if this goes over okay. And I got a really good response from it. So I was like, now I'm like, the rest of the images that I'm drawing, I'm like, I'm gonna do them a little more the way I see it,
Hmm.
while still being in the parameters of what's supposed to be
Right.
there, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but again, it goes back to that. Like I don't want to like get in trouble,
Right.
or I
You don't
don't want
want
to work
angry
myself out of
eyes
it.
from, yeah, you don't want Jeremy
Yeah.
being like, hey,
But
but I get it. I get it.
I
But I
need
mean, they trust you. Like they want your art. They
I
chose
try and
you. You know what I mean? So
I
I
try and
think
remember that as often as I can, that I'm here for a reason. Um, and I and I and I'm happy. to be there,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it is a mental gymnastics game for me personally, because that's just how I am.
Right.
But ultimately, like, it's been a blast drawing this stuff. Um, and the book itself is, I think, man, I think people are gonna love it. Like,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Um,
I can't wait. I can't wait.
yeah. So, but also, it's one of those things where, it'll come out when it comes out. It doesn't have to come out tomorrow.
Right.
And like Nate was saying, I watched that
Oh,
episode
thank you.
thinking of all the same things, and
I love him.
um,
He's just the
he's
nicest damn dude.
fantastic.
Yeah. He's
But what he was saying about just finishing a project and just
mm-hmm.
walking away from it and being done with it, and it's like, that was super inspiring to me. That I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, that's how I feel. Sometimes I sit here and overthink it so much that I'm not, I can't finish it.
Right.
But ever since that episode, I feel a lot more confident and a lot more comfortable, because I got to hear from Nate what he's experiencing
Mm-hmm.
with drawing stuff for the Horsemen, and his
Right.
and his plate is way fuller than mine will ever be. But
Mm-hmm.
um, it was really inspiring to hear him talk. Um, it was it's really gotten the ball rolling for me as
Yeah.
well. So,
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
super interesting. And I love talking about people's creativity and the thought process and how it
mhm,
works and like what people do to get themselves inspired. So like you said, you kind of skim it a little bit and
mhm,
you wait for like that image to be in your head. So say like I'll just be
yeah,
general and I'll say, Jeremy says, I want Thrace holding a goblet on in a chair,
mhm.
and then like, do you wait until you can like see it? Do you force like that creativity, or do you
I
kind of
I
wait?
so I do it the same way that I explain to my clients, like, because a lot of my tattoo stuff is custom. Um, People need to tell me what they want,
Mm-hmm.
and whether it's pretty vague or it's very specific, I like to know a while before I'm going to draw it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, when people sit at home, and when they stay up at night and they can't sleep and they're thinking about whatever they're thinking about, I do the same thing, but I lay there and I think of how I'm going to draw this creature that somebody told me to draw
Mm-hmm.
for a tattoo. And I usually draw it like the day before I have to tattoo it, but I've spent the last 2 weeks thinking about it. And the same with this book stuff. I have the list of things I'm supposed to be drawing or that I've drawn, and I've nonstop thought about how I'm going to put it on paper. And the next piece that I'm working on, it's like, the second I sit down and draw it, it'll be done. I already know what it's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like to dwell on it for a while.
I was going to ask you. So that's your process,
Yeah.
is to kind of like do like, window dress it like in your head. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is how, Thrace is going to be sitting. This is what the
Mm-hmm.
goblet is going to look like. This is,
Yeah.
so is it like, cause I know that your job as a tattoo artist, you're kind of a people pleaser. You want them to be happy,
Yes.
of course, with
Yeah.
what they, do when dealing with the Horsemen, do you feel like they give you, like, are they super like, that goblet has got to be, this big in her hand, or it's
Nope.
got to be, I want it to be, the light shining through the window from this angle. It's got to
Not at
be
all.
okay.
And it's like, once we have it in hand, maybe we can talk about it on a new to
Sure,
Mythics,
sure, sure.
and
Yeah.
we'll go page by page. There's a couple of things where, like, I and now that I'm talking about it, I'm realizing that there's a handful of things that, like, I was supposed to draw A and B,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. And so I made it A, B, X, and Y. Like, I just threw some stuff in there, and it went over great.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm not working in a very small box. Like, I think personally, I feel like I understand the line enough to kind of do my own thing. And I appreciate these characters enough to try and capture the essence that I'm supposed
Right.
to. For the sheer fact that, again, I just like it. I just like doing this. And if I wasn't drawing this stuff specifically for this project, like as soon as my stuff is done in this book, I'm gonna draw every other character the way that I was prior to this. I enjoy drawing these characters.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
cool.
part of my hyperfixation that I do is like I collect things and I like things like this, and then I draw stuff all the time. I draw characters of toys I have, or just things I see that I think would be a cool piece of art. So that'll just never go away. It's crazy that I get to do this for a purpose.
Right.
Because if I didn't, I would still be doing it.
Right.
I would just be posting them in the cabal,
And there's a lot of people now that appreciate and enjoy, your art. I love the Crossroads, the characters that you drew, like your style. I still think that Baethier, like the Baethier head, I think that is just the fucking coolest, one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I'm not trying to embarrass you or make you, but I remember looking at it. I was working, I think, and I opened up Facebook and I looked, and I think you just did it on your own, right? Like you weren't trying
I just did it for fun. Yeah.
Like, damn, that is so cool. Like, I think a lot of us were just like blown away by, your style, but just how good Baethier looked in your style, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the scales and the eye color and it's just like I can see it right now. And I just love the style.
And it's like, I mean, I can't really get away from it. Like that's just how I draw. So it's like that's the hardest part for me is comparing myself to others, because I see the applications that Nate does or Tom Tolman does, and it's like it's just a style that I completely don't know how to apply to the page. But I have to remember that's why I do what I do, or why I get to do what I do, is because I do my thing,
Yes.
So the fact that people appreciate it means so much to me, because that's just how I do it. It wasn't super difficult. It's just, that's my application.
Right.
And the fact that people like it, I'm like, I can't even believe it. Like I made it,
Yeah. I think personal style is cool. Like, because I think not everyone, I'm just generalizing, but I think not everyone has their own personal style. And I think it's almost like a signature, like everyone's signature is different.
Yeah.
And so everyone's style is different. Like if you tried to draw something differently, I'm going to draw it like Mignola, it would be different. It would be weird because it's like, okay,
it would look terrible.
Yeah, but
in comparison,
so I think it's really interesting. I remember my stepson he was a really good drawer when he was young, and I loved getting art from him and drawings from him, because like he did a picture. We used to love what's his name, Daniel Day-Lewis in
I know what movie you're talking about.
How come I can't think of it?
Where he's Bill the Butcher, right?
Yes, Bill the Butcher. And I'll have to show you the picture that he drew. I have it framed, but like it's clearly him.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks just like Daniel Day-Lewis, but it's in such a distinct style. And I was like, my stepson, I don't think he understands. Like that's how it's translated from his mind, his eyes, his mind, and then to his hand. It's that style.
Yeah.
But it's his style. And it's like, and just like your style, like I think it's so interesting that people have their own personal style, but I don't think it's everybody. I think it's just people that are gifted, that have that ability to, translate it. But like you said, you could, like it's always going to be your style. You can't change it into something else. It might evolve or change over time, but I don't know. I just think it's interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it feels limiting sometimes, but also the gratification of the appreciation that I've gotten from it has, I mean, I can't compare it to anything else. It's just so special. But Gangs in New York is what that movie's called.
Thank you. Whenever I have to like try to think of something, I'm like,
you forget how to you forget what movies are. You're like,
right. And I love that movie. That's one of my favorites. I had here one of my questions to ask, but I think you kind of answered it already, is what do you do creatively for yourself?
Like I said, I mean, I do this, and it's like creatively, this is what I like to do. Subject matter will change over to, depending on what I'm into, but I always draw. I always enjoy drawing, whether it's, like Star Wars stuff or Ninja Turtles or He-Man or whatever. And again, it's like that whole style thing where it's like, sometimes I do want to just draw the four turtles like the way that I would draw everybody else or everything else. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I lead like the most charmed life ever. I get to do what I do for a living, and then the thing that brings me joy in my personal life is to do that thing some more.
Keep doing it. Keep creating. I think that's the best thing an artist or creative person could do, is create. Like that's what they need to do. It's part of their their inner workings. Like they need to create, and it's gratifying when what they create is accepted well by other people, and people appreciate that. It feels good that
someone told me that the reason that I'm the way I am is my birth sign. Like, so I'm an Aquarius. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. Like I truly just don't pay attention. But somebody told me that they were like, oh, I love an Aquarius, man. They live in their own world, like constantly. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm tattooing this person, and I'm thinking, wait, that's literally how I live my life. Like I live in this little bubble where my entire existence is wake up, do things I love, hang out, do some more things I love, and then go to bed and do it all over again. Right. And I really have, like, in all of my life situations, like from the vehicle I drive to the home that I live in, it's like it's exactly the way I meticulously decided it was going to be. It's like I haven't settled on anything. It's like this is the little weird world that I live in. So it's like I said, that's what I do. Like in my free time, I create things just for myself, and then create things for other people, and then go to sleep. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
there you
life,
go. Hey, if your life was a show, I would watch it. I would. Cool. I would subscribe for sure.
Cool.
Is there people in the community that you're a fan of, or that you really get off on their creativity and what they are putting out?
Yes, there are. I mean, there's so many in our community that are creative.
Insane.
And you can say all the big names, and it's for the reason that they're great.
Right.
I'm inspired a lot by I've really enjoyed everybody's pop and swaps lately. Like with all these new parts, and it's like hard to believe that half of these things aren't painted. Like they're just like, I forget.
Like, oh damn, that looks
parts
great.
Match, there's been a couple. Put me on the spot. It's kind of like
I'm
the movie
sorry.
thing.
We can come back to it.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that. But there are particular creators that are just so good. And again, it's like everything Arthas posts is incredible.
Yes.
Everything he posts is just
I
beautiful.
agree. The paints and the customs and everything is
Yeah.
just gorgeous, beautiful stuff.
But also being here for so long, watching like Joe Russo's like evolution of like popping and swapping with like Marvel parts to like just anything that was a knight, to the point where he's like painting stuff, and he's
Yeah.
painting stuff well,
Yes, I agree.
And it's just cool that the community is so supportive that people just get better constantly.
Right.
I've
Yeah, I
loved
agree.
seeing Greg Shaw's drawings. Like, he has a really, really bizarre style. I really like it.
Yeah.
And
I was just checking his stuff out the other day.
and it's so cool, but like that's the kind of stuff that I see that I'm like, man, I just love creative people. I love
Me
art,
too.
as nerdy as that is. It's like it's my
No,
favorite thing.
that's and doing this show is like one of my favorite things, is just like hyping other people's creativity and focusing on their art and like what they're making. Like that's one of my favorite things, is just showing other people, like, look at this amazing stuff that this person is creating. Like, this is it's a gift, it's a blessing, and I love
Absolutely.
that. I love that.
Yep.
Is there someone at the studio that you connect with, like maybe more than others, or someone that really is that you're like, I dig this person?
I mean, I have a.
I mean,
It's
they're all
kind of,
cool. They're all
yeah,
great
they're all
people.
cool. Joe Vasapolo spends some time in Legion's chat on Fridays. I consider him more like a friend of mine now.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about everything from Mythics to import toys to everything. Like, that guy is a wealth of knowledge about
He
toys, and
is. He
he's just
is.
cool to talk about, whether we're talking, and whether we're talking about cats, or we're talking about
Yes.
toys, or we're talking about
He's a
movies.
worldly dude.
I really, really like, ever since I started collecting Mythics, it was prior to Jeremy working for the studio. I always thought he was a cool guy. Like, I don't know if everybody remembers or how new people are, but like, he's talked about himself being, when he was young and he was in bands, and I don't I don't think people realize like how heavily tattooed he is. So I always found him interesting. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, who's this guy that's like me, collects toys
Right.
and has tattoos. And the more we work together on projects, the more I just appreciate his existence. Like, he's just, whether he's on Mythic Conversations, or he's being interviewed, or
Yes.
he's taken one for the team, being picked on by some
Yes.
collector. I think that he is a particularly special person in this community,
I
and not
agree.
just because of his marketing skills, but he's just a cool dude. And I've had the pleasure of sitting down and talking with him a lot more than a lot of the community gets to. So I do just consider him like a friend, and I love to see everything he throws out there, everything that gets, that has a new story, or has, you can see his touch in there. That
Yes.
you're like,
1,000%.
he's just a cool dude,
Yeah. I agree.
And like I said, Vaspolo is someone I love talking to. A lot of them I got to chat with Cameron a bit at Intern this year, and I always just think he's like the coolest dude.
He is
Like, he's
cool.
just a
Yeah.
cool dude. But it was cool to have a conversation or two with him. The whole gang is cool. I got to spend some time with Greg at his house during Legion's Con, or after Legion's Con, and I mean, Greg's the coolest dude on the planet, right?
He is awesome, man.
So
I love that guy.
it was cool to see his personal life. Like, I got to meet his cat and see his toy setup, and like, it's all true. Everything they say about Greg's toy room is the coolest place.
Absolutely.
But it was cool to fucking just hang out on his couch and watch his cat climb this cat tree that he has, and I'm like, what a rad dude! What a cool place, But everyone I've gotten to talk to, Dan was another one that I got to speak with a little bit about his art projects and stuff. And they're the coolest. Adam's another really cool dude to just
Yes,
chat with.
I agree.
I could just go down and say
I
their
know.
names and
I'm
say, I
with
like
you.
this guy
I dig
also.
them all.
You know?
They're all super, super, super cool people. Um,
Absolutely.
I wanted to kind of switch gears, and I have to talk to you about the meetup. You've got a meetup coming. Could you give us some details on that?
I know it's on the 3rd. I don't know that
May,
I'm going
right?
to be there. Yeah, of
May.
May. Um, I'm still working on whether or not I'm going to be at that one. There's also Monster Palooza is also later in the month.
Okay.
And it's considerably closer. So it's a matter of me flying to Sacramento or driving to San Diego. And then, so it's like, it just got posted the other day. So I'm not 100% on any of the details.
Yeah.
But I think the meetup is going to take place at the same game cafe that we were at last year. And that was so cool. It's just a neat kind of tabletop gaming cafe, which is perfect considering what we're all stoked about right now with the Kickstarter going on.
I know, man. I was just thinking the other day, like how huge this is. Like it's
massive.
It's
incredible.
Massive, dude. It's massive. Like hopefully, like, Four Horse, their studio is going to be like just reaching, I see the world right here. Their hands are like everywhere, but in a good way. Like,
absolutely,
we love this studio and we want everyone to realize and see and experience how awesome and amazing this studio is, and the stuff that they're creating. It's just...
I had a really cool experience on the first day. Now, I was going to wake up and get a paladin and then go back to bed and then worry about my pledge later.
Right. Yeah. I just got to get that paladin. I'm good.
Yeah. So when they opened it up, I was like, I'm sleeping in, like there's a time difference. I'm in Arizona. So 9 a.m. New Jersey time is different than 9 a.m. Tucson time. So it would be 7 a.m. I'm not going to wake up at 7 a.m. to back a Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's early, man.
So I did wake up at like 9 a.m. Tucson time, which is, the Kickstarter had been going for 2 hours at that point. And I had a client reach out to me and he said, hey, is the thing you're always talking about called Mythic Legions? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, did you see the Kickstarter? And I was like, I didn't want to be like, yeah, dude, I've been following it for like, as long as they've been.
Do I know about it? Yeah.
But he asked me, he was like, dude, this thing is nuts. He was like, I just backed it. He was like, I was wondering if you're into it or whatever. And I kind of explained to him, I'm like, yeah, this is what I love. But he's just kind of a gamer nerd guy and he's hyped on it. And he's total stranger from the actual Mythic Legions universe, but he's a gamer guy. So he's hyped on this Kickstarter that just blasted through goals. And, it was really cool to have somebody from outside the community,
different perspective,
associate finally and understand. They're like, oh, this is that thing he likes. But so that's been pretty cool. And every time there's an unlock, he'll text me and he's like, are you gonna get that skeleton? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get all of it.
All of it. I want it all. That's cool though. That's cool he made that connection. Yeah, I love when there's new fans that are new to it and they're like, this stuff is cool. I'm like,
yeah, they're hyped on it.
It's cool. It is cool. But I mean, the gaming, like I haven't played a role-playing game in decades.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited because it will give me a chance to connect more with people in this community. We'll all
absolutely
be able to game together. I'm already trying to get, a gang together so we can, have some adventures and stuff. So
yeah, I'm pretty excited to get into it. I've never played a proper tabletop game. Like I played D&D with a group. All we had was dice and a board it was a whiteboard.
Yeah.
And it was mostly just on paper. We made our characters and then just made up our stuff. We didn't have little guys or anything. And we only did that a few weeks and then kind of disbanded. But I'm excited to have an actual proper game to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've talked about it at the tattoo shop. Everybody's up for it.
Cool.
So once we get it in hand, we do. One of our friends is like a dungeon
Mm-hmm.
master. So they said that they're down to be the dungeon master. So we're gonna have, we'll probably do it like Tuesday nights or something. We'll go to the shop and set up all the massage tables, so we
Hell
have a
yeah.
good table to play
I
on.
love that.
And then we're just gonna go one by one,
Yeah.
and like my coworkers, they know how these figures work, so it's like I'll help them build characters and do
Mm-hmm.
whatever they want, unless they want to just use whatever's out there. But I am really excited to have something that is new and fresh
Yeah.
to start with my brothers and sisters at the shop.
Absolutely.
They're my people.
Absolutely. And I love how the figures are incorporated into the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
it's
that
super
makes it
creative.
even cooler that
Yeah.
it's, that it's connected. You have a few figures at your work too, don't you?
Oh, I have a ton of stuff at work, man. It's like a bunch of doubles. Every time something cool comes out, like I have Otho here and at work because I love Otho's character
Mm-hmm.
design. I love Otho too. So I bought an extra one just to bring to work. I bought an extra Farius to bring to work because
Mm-hmm.
he's my favorite mythic.
I don't have him. I need to pick one up.
Dude, I love centaurs. I think they're so cool.
Centaurs are badass. Yeah, centaurs are
So,
cool.
but yeah, I have some skeletons at the shop. I have the Valiant Knight. Just some fun stuff to have, and I pose them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fun to put. Like the Valiant Knight in particular is like one that I'll pose in holding my coworkers' stuff. Like if like I get a box of stuff and like I order stuff for my coworker too,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have the Valiant Knight holding a bottle of ink and I'll set it on his station for him to come into the next day and see. And he always throws the knight back over there and he'll pose him real weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I have those and like plunderlings like I keep at work that you can
plunderlings are awesome.
You can just pose them and put them all over people's stuff. And it's not intrusive. It's not going to break anything, but it's funny to walk in and there's a goblin, digging in your
ink caps or something. Yeah, that's fun. It's all about the fun.
Oh, ultimately, yes.
Yeah, for sure. One of the last few questions I want to ask you was, how do you feel about AI?
I don't like it. I'm not okay with it. But not for the same reasons. I think that I don't consider it proper artwork, because that's it's not.
It's not.
I think the thing that people aren't addressing enough, I think the thing that artists aren't addressing enough, is how negatively impactful it is on our ecosystem. Like, I don't care that people just put in a prompt and post a picture and they're like, check out my art. I care about the fact that we're going to run out of fresh water because people need to make these dumbass art pieces.
Right. Yeah.
It's harmful to the environment. Like, that's what's the problem with AI. It's way less people taking the wrong credit for work, and more importantly, like it's hurting the future of the world. But I also think it's annoying when people take credit for work they didn't do. But
I agree.
I also don't want to live in a a place where a bottle of water costs $100.
So I agree, man. I agree.
So I think it's just ultimately it should, rather than being monitored, I think it should just be destroyed. I mean, like, just stopped.
Yeah.
It's like, what it's replacing is not only the human touch, but the necessity for people to learn and be creative and be problem solvers.
Right.
It's not just taking the human touch out of art. It's taking the human element out of life, you know?
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. And I hate that sometimes I can't discern. I'm like, is that real?
Mm-hmm.
Did I
Well,
just
yeah, I
watch
mean,
something, or did I look at something that's been generated? I don't know.
it's, I mean, I so obsessively dislike it that I mean, I almost I can just spot it from a mile away. You know, there's just
Okay.
an
You're good at it.
unnatural, yeah,
Yeah.
there's an unnatural approach to the way
Mhm.
things move. And like the second I see something odd, if you zoom in, you find a letter
Yeah.
on it and it's not printed right, or it's printed incorrectly, or it's, you know, the textures on certain things they're not real, or if,
Right.
you know, stuff will clip and disappear. And it's like, it's pretty quick and easy. Like, just look at like people's hair or their lips or their, you know, any sort of textures in the background, you can
Yeah.
immediately call it AI. But again, I think it's stupid, but I also think it's dangerous more than
Right.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that instant gratification, or, the reward without the work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
there's no talent that's, I mean, the only
yeah,
creative thing would be to think of something and then, enter it into Chat GPT. Like, that's the
mm-hmm.
end of the creativity right
Yeah,
there. And
yeah,
it's a shame that I was at work today, and I was telling my coworker, she's young, she's like 20 something,
sure.
and I was like, I was watching this video and of this horse, and the horse did this, and I was cracking up, and she's like, it's AI, and I'm like,
Yeah, mm-hmm.
it's AI. Like, didn't even, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm old. It didn't even occur to me, but I'm
Yeah,
like, you know what? It was AI.
yeah,
She's like, obviously it's AI. I'm like, I didn't even,
yeah.
like, I'm giving these people too much credit. I just assumed that was real.
Yeah,
Like, no.
another real easy tell is to, if you watch something and it's unbelievable, consider why it was being filmed in the first place.
Right.
And it's like, if it's being filmed and it's astounding, it's not real,
Yeah.
you know, and it's accidental. If it's a blurry photo, you know, a blurry cell phone video of somebody falling off a bike really hilariously, chances are it's real.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, you have to take you have to use a lot of logic to watch. If you see AI and just can tell it's AI, it's,
Yeah.
again, it's the way water moves, or it's the way that hair blows or whatever. It's like those things, they haven't perfected that yet,
Right. There's something
you know.
unnatural
Yeah, there's
about it.
something incredibly unnatural about a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah.
um you know, just heads up, every time you use it, you're just wasting your children's future.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. Um, Stoked for the new cosmic wave coming.
Yes.
Man. And I was there, dude. I was there when
Yeah.
that was
I
that was so awesome.
I can't wait. I love the cosmic stuff already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I like Cosmic Legions. Um, Obviously, this wave has something particular, particularly special to me,
Definitely.
and Amphiphiles. But I'm hyped on the whole Ox Crew thing. You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah, I think they're like on all cylinders right now. Like, I think
mm-hmm.
there's I'm sure there's a ton that they want to show or that will be coming out, but, like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's the stuff that I'm seeing now with these waves
Yeah,
are just fire, man. Like,
yeah,
as I love it. Yeah. The the Ox Crew, like, the suits,
yeah. The armor and
those
stuff. I
mech
think it's
suits.
badass.
Oh,
That's so good.
I love that stuff. I love that stuff. Yeah, I've got two of Orvar, and I'm trading Heinrich for another one, so I'll have
Cool.
three. But I just love the suits. I love how the
Mm-hmm.
hands look. There's just something that I don't know. There's something about it, but I'm thinking robots or something. I'm into
Mm-hmm.
robots, so um, change the head up, maybe put a robot head on there.
Yeah.
Uh, but just cool stuff. I can't wait. Yeah, this next wave is awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be just a killer wave of toys. And it'll be that breath of fresh air that kind of Cosmic needs right now.
Yes.
Because it is, it has some reuse, but it has enough new stuff, enough fresh stuff to kind of remind you that like how cool this stuff really is,
Yeah.
But I mean, so much stuff is coming out. All the exclusives that are out right now are coming out. I'm like hyped on those. I was able to get a Grim, the Executioner. He's awesome in hand.
I haven't opened mine yet. I have one and I have not opened it, but he looks cool. I was checking out
He's
somebody
really
else's. Cool. I'm like, this guy's rad.
Yeah, sure. Grim is cool. I think I got somebody picking me up a Lieutenant Holiday. I'm almost positive. And I'm hyped on that character. I love
too, man.
The ATL. What was he? ATL? Now I don't remember. The first one.
Yeah, but, ATL. Yeah, you're right. I love that gray camo on this one, that Lieutenant Holiday. That gray camo is cool.
So one of my all-time favorite G.I. Joe characters was Firefly.
Me too.
So the fact that he comes with like a little case that opens up, and it's like you remember that backpack? There was like
hell yeah, the
little
cover came off.
And it was like, and I know that they don't do that deliberately every time, but it's like these are coincidentally perfectly perfect for these, this scenario. Like I like to see them as their own little subline as opposed to just being thrown into Cosmic,
I agree.
But that gray and white camo was like something special when I was a kid, and the way he was just kind of a sneaky weirdo,
Yes, a sneaky weirdo. I love that figure. I remember getting him. I literally remember getting him as a kid. And I was just so in love with that figure. I would just carry it around in my pocket like the backpack.
There's a case right here. It's like a mirrored, it's a mirrored window case, and that has all my 80s G.I. Joes in it.
So your originals, you have the ones that you...
I mean, rad. I reacquired some of them. I think I only have one actual one that was my own. But like I have like a complete Firefly in there. And a couple of complete Storm Shadows, like the different versions, a couple of Snake Eyes. But yeah, I was a huge G.I. Joe fan. So
me too.
Any of these military style things that kind of touch on that, I really like. But so again, the exclusives, the new waves coming up, we're in for a pretty awesome year as toy collectors. As they say, we'll be eating good.
Yes, 1000%. Yeah, I mean, Rising Suns is amazing.
That's a hell of a way to start the year, man.
Man, so what's the banger for you in Rising Suns?
I'd say Atlas and Bodvar like together is special, but Atlas is just so rad, man.
I was not prepared for this guy, and I love how you're talking about scapulars. Like I was looking at like his shoulder harness thing. It's just like so curated and well made, and just like the construction, the belt, the chain with the sword, like
well, my original Atlas has been front and center, like like there's an eye line in your toy collection. Like Atlas has never not been the absolute center of this wall of figures. Like I always thought Atlas was cool.
He's metal.
So it's like for the version 2, when they showed the pictures, I was like, well, it's perfect because he looks just like Atlas, but in hand, all the new parts, everything just works so well.
Head sculpt,
the wired soft goods on him, like the fur, and then just throwing him on top of Bodvar, it's like, well, there's the most badass figure that you're ever gonna have.
Boom. You don't have to do anything to it. It's perfect.
Yeah, an asymmetrical barbarian riding a bear. Exactly. You know what I did is, in the Heroes weapons pack, it comes with those like helmet dangle things. So you get some rings at like, a hobby store, and I hung them off of Bodvar, and they're holding his helmet, like, cause you can just pop the helmet on there. So it's like, he's got it on the side.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Just kind of a cool, I can go grab it real quick. Let me see. how well you can see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think people are talking about these little dongles enough. Like, so I just have this helmet hanging off a bod bar.
How did you get the helmet to?
So these little pieces that come in the hero pack. It's the thing that's hanging from this little thing.
Oh, okay.
Just that thing that comes in the weapons pack. It holds heads. For like Rigarion. You know how Rigarion has like the skulls on his belt?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Oh,
so
I never thought about that.
His helmet from there. I hung a skull from it because it's
See,
cool.
I love that stuff. I love hanging stuff. See, I've got a sword on this side, but I'm like, that would cut the bear if it's just sitting there.
Yeah,
but
right.
I love
just hanging out.
I love like shields. Like I've got a bunch of mounts, and I'll put the shield on one side and a sword on the other. And
always,
I just love cool shit like
that.
But I love all the
That's one of my favorite things about Scapular is he can hold all his gear.
All the little rings and stuff on there. I love all the little, odds and ends and little detailed things. But yeah, he's got like loops on different sides of his.
Yeah, it's all cobbled together. It's so cool, man.
All that stuff. It's detail. We're just talking about detail. And Eric, the dude loves the detail.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're lucky as Legion's fans that the toys we collect look so cool. We just so happen to have also the best community out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Totally agree. I'm going to let you go, man. I have had a tremendous time, and I hope it doesn't take another year or whatever to talk to you again.
Well, I'll never say no if you ever want to hang out. I'm sure I'll see you in Legion's chat.
Yes, for sure. I will be there. Might be asleep at some point. I might fall asleep.
That's okay. I'll hold it down for you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. But
thank you for having me, man. I love talking to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the episode with Nate. Like I loved that conversation with him. I love hearing people talk about their creativity. And same thing with you. I always enjoy, picking your brain and hearing what you have to say about creating and art and all that stuff. It's very interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I wrote Greg a personal message after watching the Nate episode, and just as a reminder, like this show has been wonderful. Like your guests are your guests are wonderful. Your subject matter is great. Like just way to go as a host, man. You're really kicking ass.
Thank you for that message too, dude. That made my day. I was like, whoa, David Williams sent me a message. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just keep up the good work, man.
You too, man. And I will see you every Friday. So David will be in Legion's chat.
Yep.
And then maybe the Mythic meetup. Not sure yet.
We'll see.
I'm
going to try and make it. I might try and make both. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, David.
Bye, everybody.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Remember, friends, to always have fun, be curious, share, and enjoy what this line has to offer. Come for the toys, but stay for the friends. Good night, and thank you very much.